So you've had quite an intense season, the last season. Are you ready for a break now?
Well, I mean, we're on the break right now. We finished in March, and I went and did an English movie, an English film called Chalet Girl, which was like a romantic comedy kind of feel-good movie for Christmas time. So that was a lot of fun. It was a good change, and it was a great experience. But and then yeah, I've been relaxing for a little while, and been in London, which has been great, and been seeing the people I don't get to see too much, and then we go back to shoot the 4th season in July, and we're doing a couple of days in Paris, which I'm very excited about. I love Paris, so it'll be a good time.
You mentioned Chalet Girls. It's working with Sophia Bush, isn't it?
Yeah, with Sophia. Yeah, Sophia's
How was it
great.
working with her?
She's wonderful. I love her. She's very maternal. She took care of me, kept me out of trouble. No, she's wonderful. And Bill Nighy was in it, who's an absolute gem. What a guy. So yeah, it was a great time.
Going back to the end of the finale of Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
Were you worried when you initially found out you were going to be shot?
No, I wasn't really. I don't want to sound arrogant, but no, I don't know. I kind of thought I would survive, but it was a great end to the season. I got to not only that, we got to shoot at the top of the Empire State Building, which was incredible. I don't know how many people can say they've done that. So that was fantastic, and I was really pleased with the way they brought everything together. I think it was probably the best finale we've had of the 3 seasons. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing where they pick it up and what they do.
So filming starts in July.
Yeah.
And the first episode's in Paris.
Yeah.
Is there anything you can reveal?
I mean, I don't know. I mean, I really don't know what's going on because we haven't had the scripts yet. I mean, maybe I'll have a new French love. Maybe I'll be out there with Blair. Who knows? We'll see.
So we can assume you survived then.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. I think it's safe to assume that. Maybe I'll have a limp and a cane, or or maybe I'll be in a wheelchair. That'd be frightening, wouldn't it? But we'll see. Well, who knows?
You said you don't know anything much about the storylines yet for the season. What would you like to see happen?
I don't know. I mean, last season we had such a great journey. I mean, maybe something different from the whole relationship with Blair. I have had a wonderful time working with Leighton, and I've really enjoyed the work we've done together. But maybe delve into the whole corporate thing a bit more. Maybe maybe some more. Maybe some scams or something like that. Some Ponzi scams or something.
You've had a few scams already.
We've had some scams already, but maybe the corporate side, maybe something a little bit more down that line. Who knows?
And the inevitable question: would you like to see Chuck and Blair back together?
I mean, you got to ask. Are they meant to be together? Are they not? Are they bad for each other? Because it looks that way. But they're it's fighting fire with fire, isn't it? I don't know. I have great fun working with Leighton, as I said, so it wouldn't. I wouldn't mind it.
I think I remember you saying in one episode, "I'm not Chuck Bass if I'm not with you." Did you think you're destined?
Didn't I?
It's quite an ominous thing to say in some ways.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Well, he's a funny old boy, but well, maybe that answers the question, or at least that's how he feels,
Yeah. So. You've become, Chuck and Blair have become such a popular couple on the season. They're kind of the couple everyone's rooting for now.
Right.
Why do you think that is? What do you think the success of the couple is?
Well, I mean, they're both they're both interesting individually. And when you put them together, they kind of, they're like one of those great partnerships, the crime-fighting duo or something like that, or... they're like Bonnie and Clyde a little bit maybe, but so they bounce off one another. I think Leighton and I have great chemistry on screen, so that helps. But yeah, no, they're just they're great individually, and when put together, they're even better.
Would you ever like to see a possibility of marriage? Will Chuck ever get married?
Well, I mean, he was going to propose at the end of the 3rd season. That was his big step. But maybe it was a good thing because maybe they're a little bit too young to get married. But I wouldn't put it past him, He's his heart was pretty much set on her. You know, she did a lot for him. You know, she became his emotional pillar. You know, so yeah, well, who knows?
And going back to the very beginning of Gossip Girl, you were kind of the bad boy.
Yeah.
You were kind of the
brat.
character people love to hate, the brat. Yeah. How would you say you've progressed
Well,
through to the third season?
I mean, in the beginning, you know, we saw he had very little consideration or respect for others, and enjoyed playing games with people and manipulation. But then that kind of evolved, where he evolved, and we saw him, you know, confront his demons and have to confront a lot of issues. And then we saw him, you know, open up his heart again when we thought he didn't have one, and fall in love with Blair and had this relationship. But of course, his other sides to his personality kind of led to some self-destruction or destruction of their bond, of their relationship. So we've seen him progress. We've seen him grow. I think he's learned a lot, but he's still got some learning to do.
I mean, you've won quite a lot of people over with the character now. Do you prefer that, or do you like being the brat, the bad boy?
I think it's a mixed thing, really. I mean, I personally have enjoyed the journey we've gone on with the character. Had a great time. You know, the different shades we've got to play with. But I mean, I know some people say to me, "Oh, no, I want Chuck to go back to when he was, you know, the bad guy, when he was the brat." And I'm like, well, you know, it's a progression of somebody's life almost. You know, people change, people go through different things. But as I say, who knows what's going to happen in the next season? Maybe we'll get another new turn.
Yeah. Sort of finally, the show's has a very cult following, doesn't it? It's very kind of hardcore audience, particularly on our digital spy forums, anyway.
Right.
What do you think the key to the success of the show?
I mean, you know, if we break it down, it started with the books. The books were a bit of a hit, and then Josh and Stephanie, who came off the OC, they brought everything. They brought their built-in fan base with it, and then the kind of show took on its, you know, it became its own thing, and you know, Manhattan's an attractive city. You know, the storylines are attractive. I think their entertainment value. So I mean, I think all of these things, you know, put in together, you know, just added to it. But you can never predict success or how something's going to be received. You know, you can't do that. So it's been a very, very interesting, crazy time, and I've loved every minute of it, and still loving it, and yeah, I'm looking forward to carrying on.
And how long would you like to see it run for? I mean, is this going to be the final season, do you think?
Oh, I don't know, man. I mean, we've got this season, and then I don't know. You know, we just see what happens at the end of this one.